To demonstrate the incredible simplicity of Informatica's on-demand offering, I'd like to invite Ron Nelson from our on-demand business unit. Hi, Ron.
Well, so hey, what I'd like to show you is basically your claim that we can make data integration just as easy to do as using a consumer website like Amazon or eBay.
Sounds great. So what are we looking at over here?
So what we've got on the screen is Salesforce.com, the leading on-demand provider. And I've got essentially some sales data, some fictitious sales data for a company called Informatica, which is a fictitious company called Informatica.
Well, it is quiet period, so it certainly would not be this Informatica, some hypothetical Informatica.
That's right.
It has a very impressive set of customers over here, some industry luminaries over here.
Yeah, we're quite excited about this funnel for the quarter. It looks pretty good.
Okay. So now I want to actually analyze this information, and the only way I know of analyzing it is I've got to see it in a spreadsheet.
Okay.
And it can't be any spreadsheet. It's got to be a Google spreadsheet.
Okay.
Cloud computing.
Okay, sure.
So how are you going to actually show me all this
Google
spreadsheet?
I've got two ways that I could do that. One is Salesforce.com has a very robust web services API. It's actually one of the best APIs I've ever seen. And we could take a hand-coded approach and give me a couple developers in 2 weeks. I'll have that data in that spreadsheet for you.
So you want to have a 2-week-long demonstration?
Well, ideally not.
All right. So there's got to be a better way. I mean, it can't be a 2-week-long demonstration.
That's right. So let me go ahead and show you Informatica On-Demand. So what I've got open here is just a regular internet browser, and I'm logging into the Informatica On-Demand site. Now, the first service I'm going to show you is our data replication service for Salesforce.com. Now, with this service, we can essentially take Salesforce data and load it into local databases, flat files, or in this case for the demo, Google Spreadsheets.
Okay.
So I'm simply going to go through this one web page where I'm going to go ahead and set everything up.
So there's no hardware required, no software required. I mean, it's just a website.
That's right. Just give me a browser and we're off and running.
All right.
So what I'm going to do here is go off and grab the object in Salesforce that has that sales data. You
actually are looking at information directly from Salesforce.com.
Directly from Salesforce, and I'm loading into Google Spreadsheets.
Cloud computing to cloud computing.
That's right. And
that's why we've got all the clouds over here.
That's right. So that's it. So within 2 weeks or 30 seconds.
All right. Now, does this stuff really work?
Hopefully.
All right.
No, yes, it does. Okay. It does.
It does. All right. So you're going to actually move the data from here.
Yes.
Google Spreadsheet. I don't see anything over there.
So we've actually got Google Spreadsheets open already here. So as I've actually hit run, we're actually going to see the data move across to Google, where we'll see the data populated. We actually see it moving across, and we've got our data now in Google Spreadsheets for you to analyze.
That's pretty cool.
I think so.
What do you guys think? Do you think it's pretty cool? Cloud computing to cloud computing, using cloud computing. A lot of clouds here. All right. I think, I had a conversation with Mark. You could actually raise the probability to 90%. You could change it to 90%.
Okay. It's 10 to 90.
Let's go ahead, 90%. And I also noticed, all these individuals over here, they can afford to pay more for whatever it is our hypothetical company sells. I'd like you to change it 10 times whatever it is that they ordered.
Okay.
So change all of it.
Every record?
Every record, 10 times more.
Okay, so let's go back to Informatica On-Demand.
So you're not going to change it over here? You can actually transform the data while moving it back?
So going back to the website,
all right.
I now go to our third integration offering.
So you're going to take it back from Google Spreadsheet and put it back in Salesforce?
That's right.
All right.
Now to do that, I've got a data integration service where I'm actually going to go off and update Salesforce.com with that data from that Google spreadsheet. So I simply go off and choose Salesforce this time as the target, and I'm going to pick that Google spreadsheet as my source. And what I'm going to do now is actually go to the field mapping section, where here we've actually already got the data map based off of name matching. But what I'm going to do here, so you wanted to change all the opportunity values and multiply by 10?
Multiply by 10. Yes, okay. They can all afford to pay more.
All right, great. So
This is the pricing is based on an ability to pay.
Okay. So what I'm doing here is actually going off and grabbing that opportunity value. I'm going to multiply that by 10. So for those of you that are familiar with PowerCenter syntax, you could actually take valid PowerCenter transformation syntax and populate that here in the web browser.
And is that it?
That's it.
All right, let's take a look.
All right, so I'll go ahead and run
You're
this.
going to move the information from that cloud over to this cloud.
Back over to this cloud.
All right.
So this is running. It'll just take a few seconds. And I go back into Salesforce.com, go back and do a refresh, and now we see that all the values have been multiplied by 10, and we see that we've grabbed that change on the opportunity percentage to close for Benioff.
That's incredible. Great job.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thanks, Ron.
Actually, so I've got one more thing to show you.
You got more to show?
Yes, I do.
What are you going to show us?
So I want to show that because everything is truly on demand, you simply can use a web browser from almost any device, including this iPod Touch, or you can use an iPhone, where you can actually go off and perform the same exact demo that I just showed you, actually on a device like this.
So it runs on iPods.
That's right.
Runs on iPhones.
iPhones, iPods. So as you can see here, I've basically just got Safari open.
No, you're not going to go through exactly every single...
I'm not going to go through every part of the demo, but I'll at least bring up the wizard so you can see you really could actually use this if I wanted to go off and... There it is. There it is.
There it is. So for those of you that want to do computing on an iPhone and data integration on an iPhone, you can now do that. Thanks, Ron.
Thank you, Soed.